Wait,
So
let's sing together.
I sing quite a bit of Soundgarden to solid effect, if I may say so myself.
Okay, so there we go. We're in.
I don't, see.
Maybe. Perchance.
Perchance. Perchance. We'll see. But next thing we're going to see is this
Look where
draft.
we are.
Bowhead Junction shows up. Game 1 of this best of 3.
And we got Miasma on the left, right?
It is Miasma on the left.
Perfect. Ooh, they ban off the weeb, and Genji gains value on really big maps. So I actually really like that. And a lot of these teams don't have like the most amount of practice against it. So heads up ban, good call. They're just like, yeah, I'm not playing against Genji, no chance.
I mean, he's part global in that capacity. You get caught out there alone in a 1v2 with Genji.
Oh, we got the 3-2-3 in draft. That's okay.
Rigged. All right, I'm bringing him back to fronts of our faces.
Excellent. Somebody get
2323 is already posted in the chat.
Yeah, there we go.
Of the lobby. Zero max, please. All right, one of the you really wanted, sorry. Someone in the lobby said Zero max really wanted.
Funny.
Like, oh, you banned Zarya? I'm out, guys. I'm out. He just takes his ball and goes home.
We're just dropping the game. We're not playing without Zarya. That's our only strategy.
Is he Kevin still here? Oh, remake the draft. Kevin apparently is still looking for a girlfriend. Putting that out there. So ladies, if you're out there looking for love, Heroes of the Dorm winner Kevin can help you out.
Yo, you're fantastic. Nice
Barbie
job.
girl.
Barbie girl? Oh, that's what we're gonna sing?
I'm just reading the chat, my friend. I'm not confirming or denying anything. I got you, babe. Exclamation point, Carrick Floor. You're not supposed to talk about that. Come on, man.
Life in Plastic, it is fantastic. So maybe we should sing that song. Thinking emoji.
Kala, in 2 minutes, be sure to take a cursory glance over at the stream so you can see my facial reaction. Dropping those lyrics.
Okay.
You will be most pleased, I'm certain.
Perfect.
All right. Zero Max is back in the lobby. So we're going to start the old wheel back up.
So I actually think on these maps, like Warhead Junction, because it's, not a lot of people play it, and it's, one of those kind of anomaly maps, we usually see really short games. I've seen games end in like 6 minutes on this map. It's just like, it's so massive that you just don't know how to play it sometimes. And just the fact... Sorry?
A 6-minute Warhead Junction game?
I've seen it. I've actually seen it.
Wow.
Dahaka picked up first for Miasma. Globals obviously gain insane value on this map. So I would, expect to see false. Oh my gosh, Illidan and Tyrael come out as well. This is one of Illidan's best maps because of his camp control. So I actually like the fact that they picked it up. But is it worth going in the 1-2?
All I know is it better be Hunt and Judgment, or I will be personally offended. It better be Legion of Doom off the top rope, double elbows out. I want to see some next level aggression. You take Illidan and Tyrael in the 1-2. You're doing it for a reason, and the reason I hope is, hey, there's somebody on the back line. Let's hyper dive their face.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's okay. The Illidan Tyrael, that's obviously they're going Hunt Judgment. Like if they're not,
it's gotta be.
I'm fired, like 100%.
12 seconds before 2 years is selected for Miasma Esports, and they've got to be looking at this leg. Oh, so our back line's gonna have to be protected.
Fight to my last breath.
Greymane Rhaegar.
Yeah, the Rhaegar Greymane. Again,
Spicy.
Rhaegar gains a lot of value on this map because of his camp control. And they already have the global solidified with Dahaka. So I like that pickup. And, Rhaegar's a little bit of a denial against Illidan just because, the ancestral healing into Illidan, or with Illidan, is just so fantastic. But a lot of solid supports opened up here. Are they actually going to ban Zagar against this? I mean, I feel like it could make sense.
They don't
But-
feel like getting out macro to Nidus.
Wait, so they'd rather play into Falstad than Zagara. Interesting.
Well, 4 guys in the Legend got this far tonight based on their overall macro play. It
Yep.
may not be the most ideal thing considering what's already been shown, but as far as just like, we know what our weakness is as far as what we play against. We don't feel like dealing with it. From that,
Okay, I was gonna mention the Brightwing
Huh?
because Brightwing's so fantastic on this map, and they need the global, right? Like you really do need a global on this map, or else you just fall so far behind. So the Brightwing, fantastic pickup. The Tracer, interesting. Tracer Illidan is actually pretty good, but usually you see it in like shielding comps. So I wonder what the last pick's gonna be.
I didn't think we'd see Tracer show up in the 3-4 for 4 guys in Legend, but
True.
they have the global presence from Brightwing, 2 heroes to select now. I mean, you're Miasma Esports, you look at this, it's like, okay, I mean,
Yeah, like
They're
you want some
susceptible to-
lockdown.
right, you want lockdown, they're susceptible to burst with a solo Brightwing. We might see Tassadart around this comp out, but that'd be a little odd.
I feel like you need the Muradin here. Like, who else are you going to have to lock down targets? Anubarak's off the board with that second ban coming out from Miasma. So, like, don't you need the Muradin into Tracer Illidan?
Muradin or Joe.
Yeah. Oh, Varian, I guess, as well.
Varian works as well.
But is that too late? Like, is the Varian too late? Because he doesn't have taunt until level 10, right? So, But
I mean,
sorry.
it confirms the go for the throat, I feel, if you take Varian as late, because it's like taunt, go for the throat, Cassia, you can kind of reliably delete somebody.
Yep. Both of these comps kind of have openings here for success throughout actually all of this game. So the Cassia, I see the Cassia plus Rhaegar and Greymane, and are they just going to like stack a lane and try to get a whole bunch of structural damage with the Cassia plus charge strikes if anybody responds? We'll have to see about that. A last pickup coming in for 4 guys in a Legend. They can go a second support here. They can, they can look for a mage. There's so many different picks. Like, even, I'm crazy, but like even Lily
Vikings?
would totally work. Lily would work. Oh my gosh. All right.
You're not crazy to mention Lily, by the way.
No. Abathur makes sense.
Don't do that to my girl.
Okay, my bad. Abathur does make sense, especially with the Illidan. I love 4 guys in a Legends draft. Like, it's a little wild, right? Like, it's a little bit wild, but I think it is going to work out so well on this map. I really do.
It's a little, spring break at Cancun, all considered. But it's what they went with. I mean, there's value to be had out of it for sure. I mean,
Also, okay, this is going to happen this game. Watch, like, I guarantee this, okay? There's going to be a boss fight, and we're going to see probably Emerald Dream and Holy Ground just completely win the team fight. It's probably going to happen.
Boss control
I
is
said
huge.
guaranteed, right? Yeah, boss control for 4 guys in a Legend is insane, and that's something that not a lot of people talk about when it comes to drafts like this. Like, the boss control is so crazy. And they also have greater global presence with the Abathur plus Brightwing. Will we even see like a shield build coming out from Abathur just for like the push?
I think so.
With Illidan, it's hit or miss because Illidan is so strong with the auto attack talents as well. So we will have to see.
Visualization in progress.
We will. On the left side, we got the members of Miasma Esports. Vestige is on Varian. D-Steez is playing Cassia. Necromongers is on Greymane. Lex Uther on Doc, and Zero Max rounded out on Rhaegar.
And on the right in red is 4 guys in a Legend. We got LZ Gamer on Illidan, Elheim on Brightwing, Taliant playing that Abathur, Legend on Tracer, and Jin rounding it out with Tyrael.
5,
And I saw on the chat, so X Phoenix Rising was like, if I sing Barbie Girl, they'll jump the donation prize up to $1,500. I love this community.
No Locust at level 1 for Abathur as well, so they are looking like 100% team fight. We're going to see that hunt, maybe Judgment.
I would be personally hurt if it's anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Barbie Girl request, that To be continued. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, so we do see charge strikes on Cassia, and this is the 3-person in the bottom lane that I did expect coming out from Miasma. I really, really like it if they do stick with this. Just leave Varian mid. He's useless early. So, like, this is actually fantastic if this is what they elect to do.
Yeah, the next stage of this might be to have Varian get involved once level 4 shows up, so
Yep.
he can sit out there and eat some of the shots with shield wall. Rotation goes in, LZ Gamer, Jin, and the shield hat shows up. You see the target, Polymorph goes in,
Jeez.
Q damage from Brightwing. Not enough for a takedown, but if anything, it raises the brow of Miasma Esports. Say, like, hey, don't try to step out here too soon with this 3-person pushback.
And that's such a fantastic response from 4Guys, because that really is the only play that Miasma can make. And they just hard dive that wave on the bottom side, 4Guys, and they cleared it out really fast. So now, like, the early game win condition for Miasma is going to be even harder to satisfy. LZ Gamer looking at the rotation into this bottom lane.
Legend! Tracer sticks their neck out there and almost gets it chopped off. LG Gamer jumps in, enjoying the benefits of the Abathur hat for the moment. Siege pressure is starting to mount, though, in favor of Miasma Esports, so this is one of those death of 1,000 cut style situations. This is cuts 1 through 15, I'd say.
I agree. I think Miasma needed to get a little bit more off their early game, but still not the end of the world. This is not worst case Ontario. We got both of the warheads spawning. We got got him.
Oh, you want to slide that one in?
One on the bottom lane. And of course, 4Guys in the Legend do have the weaker early game, so let's see how this one plays out. Probably going to see a 1-for-1 trade.
Could be 3-on-3 action in the bot lane. Zero Max chunked down early in the progression. Elhaim finds himself on the receiving end of a decent amount of damage himself. Necromongers gets some poke damage in on Legend, forces out the recall. LZ Gamer with the hat starts to back away. No one yet is able to take hold of this bottom warhead. The rage continues, or the war continues.
And the Pulse Bomb did miss. Actually, Lex Uther deciding to brush stock down to this bottom lane. Now we do have 4 people on this bottom lane for Miasma, and they're just looking at pressuring up this these towers on the bottom side of the map. Fantastic idea. The nuke is also going down, so the push continues. I'm going to expect the Illidan to probably just start tunnel visioning camps now.
I imagine we will see that. The middle warhead was able to get picked up as a consolation for 4Guys in the Legend. The rotation is in. Zero Max, the potential target. Legend getting all kinds of damage. Has to recall to save his bacon. LZ Gamer dives in deep with the nuke. Gets the takedown. Is he going to be able to get out of there? Survey says not so much. So you get the takedown on Rhaegar, but you drop the nuke for your trouble. Not sure that's the trade you want.
I mean, yeah, that's the 1-for-1 plus the nuke going over to Miasma. So really great call there by Miasma to force that team fight. As I said, 4Guys just need to look to grab their camp pressure. They're weaker with the Abathur. Abathur needs that level 7. They need that level 10 in order to satisfy their win condition. So now actually an entire fort down is 4Guys in the Legend not looking as hot as they would have liked for this early game.
They just don't have the sustain to jump in these team fights like this. Tracer, Illidan, the moment they step in, they're on a short fuse thanks to this damage from Greymane and Cassia. And they're not able to get enough effective damage themselves to come away with the upper hand. Yeah, you get the takedown on Rhaegar, but when you're dropping the warhead for your trouble because Illidan gets taken down, you're losing out.
Exactly. Great call by Necromongers on the Greymane as well to trade the camp on the bottom side of the map. So, and that is actually going to push into the keep towers. So Tracer is probably going to have to stay on this bottom side to try to clear that out. Maybe LZ Gamer will rotate down to grab it as well. Probably just going to look at this camp. As I said, he's pretty much his primary purpose here, especially we see him going with the immolation at level 1. He wants those camps early. They want to get that pressure out with Abathur, plus the camps pushing. So.
Good old Miasma for establishing early pressure look, you know, in the earlier parts of this game. But once Heroics show up, the full toolkit will be available for 4Guys in Legends, so we could see a turnaround there. It really makes it up to Miasma Esports try to get as much of a lead as they possibly can before the clone shows up, before the full dynamics make themselves apparent. Necromonger eats a good amount of damage before starting to back away. They're going to walk this top lane in a little bit. Jin eats a good amount of damage, has to Q out of there. The sustain from Rhaegar, holding up.
Yeah, it's true. I also liked his level 1 talent because this is such a massive map. You know, he just decides to go with the Wolf run speed. Even though it's 10% in comparison to usually the Lightning Bond talent that we see, I actually really liked the pickup because, you know, we've seen him across the entire map now.
Hey, you think he's global the way he's showing up? He's in the bottom part of the map, making a difference. He gets taken down, shows up in the gets to the top part of the map. Level lead thereabouts for Miasma Esports as 4 warheads show up. They're able to continue their soak and keep this pace. They definitely dictate the terms of the mid game.
I really love what Miasma's doing. Like, they're not doing it as hard as I think they could be doing, like forcing these structures and forcing the advantages they have during this early game, but at least they're doing it, right? We recognize that that's their win condition, and they are satisfying it, at least to some extent. Wow, Talent actually getting caught out on the Abathur in the top lane. The Polymorph comes out, Necromongers is bloodthirsty, gets that last auto attack, and a little bit of a misplay by the Slug. LZ Gamer diving on the bottom side of this fight as well.
Not what you want to have happen. Any deaths greater than 0 for Abathur is decidedly less than ideal. I mean, one warhead remaining. That should get snapped up. You got to watch out if you're the worm.
This is Miasma's opportunity to really snowball this game into not an entire victory, but a high chance at a victory. Actually, Necromonger's getting dove by Illidan on the top side as well, and he does go down. Stepped up a little bit too far there, and Illidan just walked into the lane and got the kill. So with the response on boss on the bottom side, and honestly, 4 Guys and a Legend just aren't able to send any members down here to try to contest. So this is going to be free. 4 Guys and a Legend just sending Tyrael to this mid lane, trying to grab that experience so they can hit level 10 and look for the team fights.
Like, Legend showed up, saw that Miasma Esports were getting the boss, and he was just like,
he's like, nope.
Alright, well, okay, this is happening, guys, so I'm just gonna...
Not on this day, my lord. I shall not contest thee.
Do we see it?
Look at this power play bottom. Oh, we're gonna see Hunt, we're gonna see Judgment. Sanctification. Okay, that's fine too. But like, look at this bottom power play. Like, there's 3 nukes available plus the boss. If they get a keep at 7 minutes into this game, it's going to be hugely detrimental for 4 Guys and a Legend.
Jen is not able to stand up there and do anything about it. Sanctification or not, does not drop it. One of the nukes goes down to deter this advance. Abathur gets taken down again somewhere off screen. That's less than ideal. This bottom keep is for sure going to go down, and that buys time for Miasma Esports to respond to the boss that's picked up by 4 Guys and a Legend. Miasma Esports are winning all across the board, it feels like. So far.
Absolutely. Taunt goes out onto Jin as well, but the sword came out earlier, so he was able to teleport to the Eldruins. A really good job by Tyrael there. And the boss trade was good in terms of denying resources from Miasma, but they really weren't able to gain a lot from it in terms of structural advantage. So just the top fort gone for Miasma, and they traded it for a keep. Level 13's getting close now for Miasma. 4 Guys and a Legend probably just kind of try to grab up some camp pressure and look for a team fight. They have a very small window now. Obviously, 13's coming in very soon for Miasma.
For the sports fans in the audience, a general metric, if you have an Abathur on your team and you're down a full level, it's not going particularly well for your team. And that's the situation that 4 Guys and Legend find themselves in. Jin, awkwardly enough, teleports forward, gets chased a little bit. But we've seen Tyrael survive in situations where they shouldn't before, so he's going to be able to get away without much of a chase. With a full level lead and a tier advantage, Miasma Esports in a pretty good spot.
It was actually really smart by Tyrael to sword onto the backside of that fight to just try to remove some pressure from Miasma, because we had Brightwing, or they had Brightwing in the bottom side, just deep-pushing the the catapults that are mounting up now. So just a little bit of a deterrent from Miasma trying to dive onto that middle fort. So good job by Tyrael to remove some of that pressure. And then Miasma just walking in, taking everything, because, they have the level 13 advantage. They can do that. Now look at this bottom lane. Like, it's so crazily pressured. Like, full wave, crazily, that's not even a word. An entire camp, plus the 2 catapults. Brightwing's going to have to stay down here for an extended period of time.
And with all the wave clear at the disposal for oh wait, they don't really have a lot. So you establish that kind of pressure in a lane, whoever is committed to clearing that out will be there for a while. And I agree, I think Brightwing has to be the person to do it with their global presence. The cheeky invasion down in Talent tier was short-lived by 4 Guys and Legend. And like, yeah, we should probably just back it.
I just googled that word and it does exist. I'm a fool. So bottom pressure mounting. Yeah, bottom pressure mounting. Zero Max getting dove by the entire composition for 4 Guys and a Legend. He does manage to go down. The Sanctification as well coming out. This team fight completely scattered here, Lauren.
This has to get more value for 4 Guys and a Legend, and so far it does. Greyman goes down. It costs him Illidan so far. Jin's trying to back away. If Lex Ufa can land a drag, that could have spelled the end of somebody, but Jin and the crew are able to back away. 2 for 1. It's a small consolation, but if you're going to have any hope of getting back in this game, you got to have positive trades like that.
Absolutely. I thought there was going to be a little bit of core damage, but it looks like just the shields are going to get dropped and not even quite there. So the team fight actually did go over to 4 Guys and a Legend, and they fought it really well. But the Cassia was gaining so much value there. The taunt goes out on a Tracer as well. Okay, that was a completely blind tongue from Lex Luthor. Fantastic play by the Dahaka with the charge coming out from Varian and then the taunt on top of that for the kill on a Tracer. That was such a good play for Miasma.
That felt like an eternity for Tracer to get locked down for that long. The taunt is gonna be enough. The middle court could possibly go down here. Illidan gets taken down. I'm not sure if your life was worth that middle court in the grand scheme of things, but Illidan committed and failed.
I mean, I think there's actually a win condition here available for Miasma, and let's see if they see it. So boss is going to be available in the next 20 seconds, and 4 Guys and a Legend will not have level 16 on it, so they can go take bottom boss plus their nukes, and they can look to end the game.
These blokes seem to me like they've played that new game Hero Storm before, so I do believe they are quite aware of the potential win condition. Doc is soaking towards level 16, so I think he'll be able to burrow down in a moment's notice once things start to get for real, with no Holy Ground and no Emerald Wind.
This bottom push is insane. Like,
yeah.
2 camps pushing in. We've got the. Or sorry, is that just one? Yeah. So 2 camps pushing in. We've got all of those catapults pushing in as well. So 4 Guys and a Legend looking to make a team fight here, or force a fight, and they actually managed to get the hunt onto Rhaegar, and he goes down.
Zero Max has to feel targeted. He gets taken down yet again in the earlier stages. No ancestral healing, and it sets up another takedown. Gray Man gets dropped. Talion actually gonna be okay. 3 heroes down so far. Cassia drops as well, and they're trying to get every bit that they can out of this. Dahak is gonna be the next to go down, leaving just Vestige alive. A full ace. That's how you get back into the game.
I mean, yeah, like them forcing that team fight, I'm not even 100% sure if that was entirely the right call to make, but they made it down 2 levels almost, and they managed to get the pick onto Rhaegar, and it was so fast. That hunt was such a great pick for them, and then they were able to just snowball the fight from there. So fantastic play from 4 Guys and a Legend, and now they're looking at taking this bottom boss. They also managed to snag over the nukes, and they're going onto the bottom side, looking to just get as much value from this boss as possible.
LG Gamer said, feel the hatred of being effectively out-macroed all early in mid-game, because once he picked up the hunt, it seems like anytime Zero Max steps out there at all, he's getting taken down in the initial seconds of these team fights. And that was exactly the resetting gesture that was needed for 4 Guys and Legend. They entirely wiped the team. Now they're ahead in experience. They have 4 nukes in their employ. They drop 1. They get the boss in the bottom lane. They could very well turn this game around.
I mean, this boss is going to grab the fort on the bottom side. 4 Guys and a Legend looking at rotating top, maybe grab their hard camp plus D-push top side, and they might even... I actually don't think that they should try to force boss on the top, because that's pretty much one of their only ways of throwing this game. They have the Abathur Illidan. They can, play for late game plus the Tracer. Like, their comp is crazy later, and they are actually looking at trying to take this top boss. They have... Or are they just baiting it? They're baiting it.
I'm not sure if they have the burst to really warrant the old, wait in the bush for someone to rotate up against a double warrior comp and ancestral healing, but it's the decision that they're going with. It's foregoing a lot of their ability to maintain macro pressure, but the rotation is in. Will the members of Miasma be rused? I mean, D-Steve spots out Legend at least, and that pretty much should put the damper on things. Spotting Tracer should confirm that they're not actively on the boss. They're not even going to go around her.
Yeah, so I think Zero just needs to take their hard camp here with D-Steves. Actually, so now 4 Guys and a Legend do decide to turn out the boss. This is some massive indecision, and they're not even gaining a lot of value from the indecision. They do have the double global, so they're looking at that level 20 now. 18's just closing in for 4 Guys and a Legend, but this stall top is really interesting, and now the bottom is actually pushing out for 4 Guys and a Legend, but it's into catapult, so...
I feel like there was a lot more meat on the proverbial bone here for 4 Guys and a Legend after entirely acing the enemy team. The decision to hang out in the bush only to get spotted before the actual engagement could happen nets them next to no value. Like you said, they are applying pressure in a lane where they're down a keep, so that's good for them. But if they're trying to get ahead in this game on to a considerable degree, they want to really try to put pressure on Miasma Esports. Hanging out in the bush and going AFK for a few seconds is not how you do.
No, like, and I actually think they should have just hard committed to the boss because they had level 16, which means the Holy Ground available for Tyrael. There is absolutely nothing that Miasma can do to stop that Holy Ground from coming out. Plus, they had the nuke control. Drop one nuke on the boss plus Holy Ground, like, it's free. But, they decided to dance on the top side, and now they're actually closing in on level 20, and it doesn't speak any more for Miasma because they're just playing this long game as well, and 4 Guys and a Legend are going to hit level 20 first.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Miasma, it's like, thanks for hanging out, guys. I mean,
Yep.
you're a full level ahead in experience. Look at level 20, that's something to be concerned about for sure. But when you got 3 nukes and you lose your entire team, to not lose any structures off of that, you gotta feel like you've been given a free ride back into the game. 2 warheads are up for debate. Elham's already channeling the one in the middle portion of the map. Could be a potential scrap over the top, but nope. 4 warheads, the one.
All warheads have now
I'm just not getting
No,
the passive decision making by 4 Guys and
it's
Legend.
this map. I'm telling you, man. Like, not a lot of people play this map. And, like, they don't play it often, and there's just so much to do on this map that can be really overwhelming for teams. So, like, we've seen this for the past, what is this, like 4 levels now, 3 levels now, where these teams have basically just been, dancing around, maintaining bush control like this right here. LZ Gamer just walking out, just kind of flirting. And he's on the wrong side of the map here. The rest of Miasma do show on the wave, and this is a flank team fight from 4 Guys and a Legend.
An interesting progression is about to begin. The hunt drops. You see the pulse bomb going to polymorph.
Fantastic.
Rhaegar again finds himself waiting to respawn in the earlier stages of the team fight. Elham's going to jump over. Necromongers is the next target. It's been systematic for 4 Guys and a Legend. Rhaegar, Greymane, Cassia next. 3 heroes taking down. No one down on the side of 4 Guys and a Legend. LZ Gamer could be a potential target. Variant drops. And it's the second ace of the match. 4 Guys and a Legend, the passive play. They definitely know how to go from 0 to 60.
There are 3 nukes now available for 4 Guys and a Legend, and they are looking at this top keep. They're just going to be diving it with LZ Gamer soaking up all of that damage. I'm assuming actually Tyrael taking it first. And they've got the 3 nukes. They're just looking at ending the game here.
At 17 minutes, 3 nukes should be able to get it done for you when you have the level 20 talents. Rhaegar will be up in 6 seconds. The Bastion of Hope. He'll be able to defend against all of this, I'm sure. Kappa, Kipo, Ella Giggle, Forehead. 1 nuke gets dropped on the keep. The last 2 remaining go down on the core. One's the shield, the other one's going to drop, and that's going to be 1G, Kala.
That's a marked for death Illidan on the core. Level 20 is available, so really good job at 4 Guys and a Legend. That was crazy. That dancing over the top boss, like, that was a lot of time that was... I thought it was wasted, but 4 Guys and a Legend benefited from it, because they had the double globals, so... Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Vexed, Kyler. I'm just okay. So there's that initial team fight. We saw from level 10 on. Rhaegar was definitely the target for 4 Guys in Legend beginning the team fight. It was just like, okay, hey, Hunt, we're going in, guys. He can't ancestral himself. Ha ha ha. So they get the takedown there, and then it was always Greymane right afterwards. It was very one-dimensional in that capacity when you think about it, because every team fight that they won, it was like Greymane. It was Rhaegar, Greymane, Cassia in that order, and then it was just like Saul for X for the Warriors, like whatever. You get a full ace, and you're like, all right, cool. I guess we'll just, my tea's almost done, man. I got hang on. I gotta hang out in this bush. I gotta go get, check my mail. I got a couple Twitter notifications. We'll just wait. They'll come up and get the boss. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
The craziest part about it, though, like, do you remember in that top side where both of them, both teams were like on opposite sides of the map, but they were just sitting in the bush? LZ Gamer walked out and he completely gave vision of himself to Miasma, but they didn't do anything about it. They basically just walked up to the lane. They're like, Illidan's behind us. Let's just push in. And it's like, if Illidan's there, he's not stupid, right? Like, he's going to be with his team. It's late game. And they basically just got flanked from behind. Rhaegar got dove, which was their win condition. And then the bomb came out onto Rhaegar, and he just dropped. And the sanctifications this game were also fantastic. I would say they were the biggest reason why those team fights went the way that they did.
100%. Yeah. I mean, I did not have the most confidence in that composition for 4 Guys and Legends. So for that, I stand correct. Like, I was like, you're going against double warrior. You got solo Brightwing. Granted, you have Abathur, but you don't have the sustain against this style of composition, and that was definitely coming to pass in the earlier parts of the game. It just definitely seemed like, I don't know if the strategy going into the map was, hey, target Rhaegar first, and we just needed our heroics and whatnot to make it happen. But once they targeted the support on Miasma Esports, it's like, all right, there's a team fight, guys. I'm going in with the hunt. We're throwing everything we got on Rhaegar, and may the chips fall where they may after a nice time sanctification. I mean, turned it around for him.
The funniest part about all of that was, I believe I said, there is a win condition available for Miasma. I wonder if they see it. That's how crazy that match was, because Miasma were so far ahead that they had a win condition at like 12 or 10 minutes into the game. Like they would have been able to close out, but then that mid-team fight was just like the decision factor, which equaled out the game to 16-16. And then you're against a double global with the same amount of experience. Like that's so difficult to deal with, especially on Warhead Junction against Abathur plus Illidan.
Yeah,